Alright, let's sit down and get a little bit real, shall we? Moving away, moving abroad is super duper romanticized online, and I'm sorry, but I'm here to tell you that it's not gonna fix all your problems, and your dream life isn't just gonna happen if you move abroad. I think there's a lot of glorification and romanticization. There's a lot of like romanticization on TikTok and other platforms where people just show and glamorize moving abroad and traveling abroad as like this great amazing thing. But in reality, it kind of sucks. This week was simultaneously the best and worst, probably genuinely, week of my life, I think, ever. And let me explain why. One of the things that I definitely don't hold back on is sharing the reality and tough side of living here in Japan. I recently moved here 9 months ago, and I've been trying to figure it out ever since. To those of you who watched last week's video, you know that I was apartment hunting and looking at different share houses for other options because the share house that I'm currently in is quite expensive and it is eating up a lot of my savings. Things have gotten so bad that unfortunately my business, I'm just not experienced enough to be able to know how to run it properly, to be able to live off it full time, which meant that I've been looking for work. And luckily I actually got one of the most exciting jobs I've ever had in my entire life with my dream company. I can't tell you what it was exactly because I'm under NDA, but just know that I got to act, I got to dance, and it was an incredible experience. It was a hell of a lot of work and I had to learn a lot of stuff in the lead up to it while simultaneously dealing with something really sad. So a few months ago, I found out that my childhood cat, Lolly, was not doing so well. I've known Lolly my whole entire life. We literally got her from the RSPCA and the neighbors were the ones fostering the kittens, which meant that we got to go over and visit and play with them. So I've literally known Lolly since she was a tiny little baby cat and has basically been with me my entire life. And you already know where this is going. Yeah, man, I know I'm not the only one to have gone through losing a childhood pet, but the process of losing Lolly really sucked because thankfully while we were in Australia, I did actually get to see her one last time, but we really thought she was gonna pull through. We thought that she was gonna make it. We took her to the vet and things were looking kind of up, or we at least thought we knew what the problem was. And unfortunately, things don't always work out. So this week, while I was on set, on shift for this dream job, unfortunately, Lolly had to be put down while I was at work, while I was working. And the nature of the job meant that I was kind of fully immersed and not really being able to process any of my grief. This week, I don't want to say I hit rock bottom, but when the job finally wrapped and I was kind of more able to focus on what was next, kind of broke. I started having panic attacks. I wasn't able to like go out really without starting to shake and hyperventilate. And even when I was at home, I just experienced like the most amount of grief I think I've ever felt. And yes, I've dealt with death before, but the death of a pet who I loved so much really just highlighted how much I'm sacrificing, or let's say missing out on back home, back in Australia. And I know I'm not the only one who deals with this, but this is really, it was a confronting moment to realize like, damn, I'm missing out on a lot of my younger sister, my mom, my family, my dad's lives by being here in Japan. And I can't help but ask myself, is it really worth it to be here? Is it worth missing out on so much? And it got to the point where I was literally looking at maybe going back home because simultaneously I've been running out of money. I've been questioning a lot with the idol performances and where I'm going next and what to do, and I don't really even have this figured out. I'm literally just kind of like in the middle of the process of getting to whatever is next. And like I said, in my last video, I went and did a job interview and then I had to do a few more rounds of that test, but good news is I passed and I got the job, so things will be changing. I might not have found an apartment, but I did get this job, which is a great lifeline here in Japan to see if things can work out. Basically, it just gives me a little more time, honestly. And as you can probably tell, I'm doing a little bit better mentally. I'm more stable now, but to be honest, I do still feel quite on edge, which is a shitty place to be in. I came to Japan to try and be as strong as possible, as push myself as hard as possible, and the reality is life hasn't really served me that. And I'm trying really hard not to be too hard on myself. It's quite bittersweet to know that some of the best, most amazing, incredible opportunities might also come with the biggest challenges that you've ever experienced, and you need to still be able to simultaneously enjoy those and value those and be in the present, be enjoying that full wholeheartedly whilst also having that deep sadness within you is a lot to be there for and to be present for. But I'm pretty sure that I've come out on the other side of this as a better person, better human being. I now have a hell of a lot more empathy for other people in my life, and I think that I can show up better for them. Because when things get hard is when it really matters.
Allow me to quickly interrupt this week's vlog with today's sponsor, Tokyo Treat and 𝐸𝐴₄. You guys already know that Tokyo Treat and 𝐸𝐴₄ are subscription snack boxes that you can get amazing snacks and delicious treats from Japan. And they've sent me their Christmas treat box and I can't wait to see what's inside. Their goal is to invite everyone to experience Japan from the comfort of their own home, and no better time since it's about to get cold. Let's try some snacks, shall we? Wow, the box is so full. This month's box is definitely Christmas themed, as you can tell. I can already spot one of my favorite snacks, which is the seaweed sauce Christmas crunch. These are so good. I really love that the booklet also shows you some iconic Japanese Christmas traditions, and this one's also very full. Ah! This month's 𝐸𝐴₄ box is themed after Hokkaido, and I'm so glad because unfortunately I wanted to go to Hokkaido for the Christmas holidays, but it didn't work out because it's so expensive, but now I can enjoy it from home. Well, this is so cool. There's so many interesting facts about Hokkaido and the different illuminations that they have. This is so cute. It's a little Fuji senbei. Starting it off again with the Kit Kats. I know you guys got triggered last time because I bit them wrong, but these ones are snowy chocolate crepe Kit Kats, which I've never heard of before. And the packaging says like otona something, but I'm happy that I can read at least the first part of it, which means my Japanese is improving. Whoa, they're like, ooh, they look like cookies and cream. Cookies and cream? Cookies and cream. I have to eat it the proper way this time. I'm not gonna do the demonic way. These are really good. Usually white chocolate is way too sweet, but these are actually like quite mild, which I really like. And in every 𝐸𝐴₄ box, you always receive a little plate item, and it looks like this month is this beautiful little plate, which looks perfect for Japanese treats. And I love that this is now mine because I think this is actually the first bit of Japanese ceramic that I own. I did brew some of the tea, so let's try it, shall we? You can really smell the brown rice. Wow, it's really nice. It's not too strong, which I really like, because some green teas can be super duper overpowering, but I think because of the brown rice, it has that like roasted flavor that I really like. I think that this would make a totally great gift for Christmas as well, especially if you have a loved one or somebody in your family or friends who loves Japanese snacks. No better time to spoil them than Christmas. And if you're interested, I have a link in my bio. I'll leave it down in the description below, and if you guys use it, it'll help me out a lot. Thank you for listening to today's sponsor, and thank you again for working with me, Tokyo Treat and 𝐸𝐴₄. Now back to the video.
To be honest, I don't really feel like I can talk too much about Lolly because without like breaking down, but she genuinely was just like an incredible cat. I'm very lucky that we had her in our family. She was genuinely like another family member to me, my mum and my sister, and we definitely feel her loss a lot, which sucks. I know that she had like the best life possible. We literally like gave her so much love and affection and cuddles, and I especially remember 2020 getting through the pandemic. She was absolutely always there for me. When I first moved out of home, she was there for me in a lot of really sad moments, so just makes me sad that she's gone now, and it definitely feels like a defining chapter of like, okay, that era of my life is now over. And I guess that's what death does. It reminds us like time is not infinite and things have an ending. And I'm sorry if I'm being really over dramatic, and this is just what I think about and where my brain goes, but life is precious. You don't know when it's gonna end or when things will change. As simple as that. It might just be change. It already feels like 2025 is upon us and time is moving so fast. We're nearly at the end of the year. I don't even know what I'm really doing for Christmas. I have a few plans here and there, but I really want to make this special and at least feel Good. There's a lot of shit happening in the world. There's a lot of bad things happening. So I encourage you please to be kind to one another, to the people in your life who you love. Make sure they know just how much you care about them. I'm sorry for getting real and making this a little bit sad, but sometimes that's what life is. And that's what we have to deal with. And we can still be positive and move forward, but we do have to hold space and make time and allow ourselves to grieve and just fall apart sometimes. So, putting myself back together piece by piece. Thank you for watching this week's vlog. I appreciate you guys. I hope you're safe. I got myself all ready because I'm about to head out to meet up with Steffi and Sperry, and you'll never guess where we're going. I'm really excited. This is one of the things that I've wanted to do for the longest time, one of the things I had on my bucket list for moving to Japan. So today we finally get to experience it. I have no idea what to expect. I don't really know what we will really be able to do, so I am excited to find out. But yes, this is the first time I've gotten properly ready in a long time, so it feels nice to be all done up to be able to go out and meet the girlies. So let's go to Harajuku. I don't want to spoil what it is, but we're going to Harajuku, so maybe that'll help.
It's not that full.
Really?
No, I'm gonna post that.
Oh shit!
Okay. Yay!
We did it!
Yeah.